People shit on material things, but that's the easiest way to be happy, isn't it?
Yeah, until
Right?
you realize you're devoid of happiness from the material things because they can't hug you. They can't. I'm trying to go real deep here and say.
But dealing with people brings me so much unhappiness too, though. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/HAIYAA. That's betterhelp.com/HAIYAA. And on with the show. Listeners, welcome to HAIYAA Podcast. And today I have a very special guest, none other than Ozzy Man. Ozzy Man Reviews. Ethan. What do you go by? What do people call you on the street when you get recognized?
Usually, yeah, well, they'll say Ozzy Man, but I do have I am myself as well. We're going straight into the personality disorder conversation between us.
Yeah, why not?
How do you separate Ethan and Ozzy Man?
Yeah, it's
How
like
do you separate Nigel and
Uncle Roger.
Yeah.
I don't. The reality is I'm going to just grow into and become Uncle Roger in 20 years.
Yeah. I think that's how it goes for me as well.
Really?
People will say Ozzy Man, but then they'll see I'm a regular guy, and you usually feel like a disappointment within, 10 seconds or so.
So, listeners, if you don't know, Ozzy Man Reviews, Ethan Marrell, is that how you say it? Ethan Marrell. I should have done my research on the pronunciation.
You're pretty good. You can go Marrell, but yeah.
Ethan Marrell. So we collabed ages ago, right when Uncle Roger first hit. November 2020, you reached out, and I've been a fan since even before Uncle Roger. So I was like, holy shit, yes, let's do stuff. And then you actually reached out at a very, looking back now, it was one of the most stressful times of my life. Like stuff was just starting to blow up, and I had no idea how to handle all this shit. I had nobody to help me, and I was in a little bit of I can't divulge too much, but I was a little bit of legal trouble as well.
I've heard about this. I've heard you say this a couple of times in recent podcasts.
So I had all that going on, and I had I remember when you reached out, I was about to record Mock the Week, which is a British panel show. So that week was just like so rough on me, and I really appreciated you letting me put that video out on my channel as well, because I'm like, I don't have time to edit. Oh, Ethan's done this. Let me put it up on there. So
yeah, totally. I was a fan the first time I saw your stuff, and I mean, you know more than anyone how quick it blew up. But I was onto Uncle Roger pretty quickly as someone that I enjoyed. So it was me that made the first move. I came after you.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
Well, it was fun because it was someone else doing a character, like we were just talking about doing character comedy or something, and where is the difference between your own personality and the character and everything? And I think there's a mix of everything that goes into it. And I could see that with you, like you just see someone that I think has similarities to how you work. And it's like, that's kind of fun. Like we've both got this kind of, stereotypical, exaggerated kind of character persona going on. And I don't see that too much, I guess, or someone that's just still committed to it as well.
On YouTube,
like you go full commitment with Uncle Roger. Yeah, on YouTube, in content creator land. Because it's all about being your authentic self, and people connect with your authentic self. And,
boring, that hashtag self-care. Ugh. Can we stop it at the self-care?
Yeah.
Every time I see someone post about self-care, I'm like, you're just being lazy.
Yeah.
Right? Can we just say that?
Yeah.
Just being lazy is nice sometimes. That's not called being lazy self-care.
Hashtag bury it deep behind the character, the persona. Hashtag don't
repress.
share. Yeah. Hashtag repressed, suppressed, bury it.
No, suppression is good. I think, like you said, too many people are too real now. Yeah. Too much there's too much mental health talk.
Yeah.
To me, that is white culture, it's food allergies and mental health talk. Isn't it? You ever hang out? When I hang out with my white friends, those will come up.
Yeah.
Or if I go on a date and it's a white woman, I know one of those topics will come up. They either have like allergies or anxieties or both.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yep, that's just, I accept that. I accept you guys now as part of your culture.
It's a niche as well. It's a genre as well, in terms of content creation and things like that. I mean, there's a genre for everything, like as hyper real as it can be. And
maybe that's why I like Ozzy Man,
Yeah.
He doesn't talk about the mental health bullshit.
I think we both gun for escapism in our work in very simplistic kind of ways. Like you're looking at food and cooking and it's very simple, and I'm looking at whatever it is, fails videos.
Well, I gun for bullying, really. People also forget that, they say bullying is bad, but they also forget that there's a reason why people bully other people, because it's also kind of fun. People don't talk about that.
Yeah.
It says it's bad. Yeah, I guess it's bad, But a lot of bad things are fun. Like
Yeah.
hookers and cocaine are bad, but
Yeah.
they're like fun, you
They're
know?
addictive.
Yeah. So I guess to me, it's just who I bully. It's the whole punching up conversation, right?
And you're more bulletproof with a character in a way.
Yes.
Like that's, I
yes.
think, the thing that's appealing to it is that you have a certain amount of, I don't know. I can only describe it as bulletproof, even in regard to criticism that's thrown at you in a way or something, and kind of go, oh well, it was a written piece that I thought was this, and maybe I fucked up there and you know got it wrong there or whatever. But you can distance yourself from it a bit. Whereas when people share everything that's so personal, it's like I'd imagine it hurts a lot more when people come at you there as well. So yeah, you get to dish it out with a with a persona, but you get to also take it a bit easier as well, I think.
Yeah, I think with the persona, when you dish it out, it's more obvious it's a joke. Yeah. Right? People know, oh, he's joking. But if you dish it out as Ethan Marrell, people go, this guy's a bit mean.
You know? Venomous. Yeah. Whoa. I do wonder that with HAIYAA, that first viral video of yours, which was like massive. And then you guys did speak a bit. You and HAIYAA spoke quite a bit about the effects on her. With what happened there.
Okay, she was a different case, right? Because when I reviewed the video, I was like 8,000 subscribers. I was like, oh, this will go nowhere. It's just a fun little thing. And so we met up for dinner, for a meal. I gave her a hug. I'm like, I'm so sorry about everything that's happened.
Was it really that bad? Did she have a lot of people that were really angry at her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because rice is a big Asian thing, you know, and you know how the internet can be. There are cruel people on there.
Yeah.
Some nice people too, but a lot of them are like, you know, cruel keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
That I'm sure you've gotten involved in before, some controversy and stuff.
Yeah, totally. You see it. I think you learn it more as you get more experience too, that you have an influence and it sneaks up on you. And as you said, you only had 8,000 subscribers at the time, so you got no idea what your influence is or if you have any. But then it's like you discover you do, and people were being really angry at her, and then it's like, oh shit. I find I've got to have a conscience about lots of things these days. Even though you got that character and you're a bit bulletproof, but you still got to be very conscious about what you put out, and how people are gonna accept it and run with it. And
don't be a psychopath. Yeah,
no, don't use a character to be a psycho. There's still a line. There's a limit.
And especially like, you know, if HAIYAA is just, she's not like a celebrity chef. She's not like someone whose livelihood is cooking. Like someone like Jamie Oliver or Gordon Ramsay, they can take a few hits because they're like proper chefs, right? Yeah. And it's okay for me to review.
I don't know if Jamie can take too many more, mate.
I'm just waiting for the lawsuit to happen.
Devastating hits. You've got him on the ropes.
It is to like reach out to me and
Gordon's
talk.
like, well, you've been complimentary to Gordo at times. So
yeah, I've been complimentary.
All right, I can win him over.
We met actually, Gordon and I, we met in Burbank. He was filming Hell's Kitchen, so Uncle Roger is going to be a special guest on the Hell's Kitchen episode in the future.
Oh, that's
but it's just like 1 minute, 30 seconds. That's it.
Is that a scoop? Did I just get a scoop out of you on your own podcast?
No,
I already told everyone.
I already told everyone. I didn't sign an NDA. Or did I?
Maybe.
My agent
You're going to get
said
sued again. You're getting sued again.
Uncle Roger's the bad boy of comedy, you know. Hey, you see how many views Depp and Heard get on YouTube? I'm like, someone sue me, please.
Yeah.
You know, someone write an op-ed about how I'm an abusive person. You know, my ex-wife I was married, I'm divorced now, but my ex-wife was too nice. She would never write an op-ed about me, about like, as a woman in this society, we have to speak out. You know,
we'll figure something out at the office here. We'll figure out a little media cycle we can work on.
Yes.
Some Uncle Roger manufactured drama.
Let's do that. I don't want to be stuck in Perth though. No. It's like, oh, sorry, man. But you live here? You're from here?
Yeah, I'll defend it to the death.
Oh, there's nothing going on here.
That's why I love it. That's the thing that you end up loving about it. You see, when you live in Perth and you're raised in Perth, when you leave Perth, it's culture shock wherever you go. So then you're like, I just got to get back. I liken it to the Shire in Lord of the Rings, you know, Hobbiton. We're aware that there's a world out there where these big, awful things happen.
Yeah.
But we're very isolated and safe here, and we enjoy growing vegetables and drinking beer. And, you know, it's very much Hobbiton.
Yeah, I thought I first landed in Melbourne, and I thought Australia as a whole country was already quite secluded from the rest of the world, right? Because I landed in Melbourne, and then suddenly everybody knew. People would say, oh, everybody knows you're here, Uncle Roger. You know, everybody's been posting about you, and the newspapers reporting that you're here. And I'm like, you know there's shit happening in the world, right? You know there's like a school shooting, and then there's a Johnny Depp Amber Heard stuff, and then the Queen's Jubilee, everything, and then over in Australia, it's like, oh, Uncle Roger's in town.
Yeah.
Nobody ever comes here.
No,
That's why.
especially Perth. Yeah.
Oh, so. Perth, even worse. Perth. Okay, when I meet people who recognize me on the street, anywhere else in the world, right? They usually just go, "Oh my god, I love your work, Uncle Roger. Oh my god, you know, such a fan." Over here, literally yesterday, this guy was like, "Oh my god, like, why are you here? What are you doing here? Is your career okay?"
You lost? Are you in transit?
Yeah.
Usually you're using us to get to Melbourne or something.
Nobody comes here.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you coming here. And you know,
as far as a long flight, man.
If you stay longer, I could win you over. I could show
my
you
next trip.
some amazing places.
I want to look at the Quackos.
Quokkas, there you go.
Quokkas.
Over on Rottnest Island. You got to get a Quokka photo. Roger Federer got a Quokka photo.
Oh, really?
Hemsworth got a Quokka. You know who was here? Sacha Baron Cohen was here for quite a while. So that's our claim to fame at the moment.
Okay. When was that? Like 1999?
No, recently, Nigel. Heath Ledger, come on. Heath Ledger from Perth.
He died like 20 years ago.
He's still from Perth, though.
Okay. Perth seems like the kind of place where you just claim shit from like 20 years ago because nothing's happened.
Yeah.
Since
like Heath Ledger. Yes. Yeah. I'm sticking to it.
The Quokkas. Quokkas. If you don't know, I just learned about this, listeners, yesterday. They're like cute little bears.
Yeah.
They're like better koalas.
Rats. Some
They're
say.
rats.
Well, yeah, you get rodents.
They're
pests.
so cute.
Well, that's great. That's a good thing. That's the fun thing of being a tourist. You find them cute. We're over them. Yeah.
You don't like them anymore?
No, I like them. I'm just being a bully since we were talking
Okay.
about bullying. And now I'm doing it as Ethan, and that's wrong.
It's okay. Just do it. Who cares? This is an uncancelable podcast. I've said some shit on this pod, man.
Yeah?
About, like, I've said how I'm against race mixing from a comedic lens, from a comedic perspective, okay?
Yet here we are.
Yeah. I know.
But you haven't taken on Quokkas yet, because that could be a
Quokkas.
whole new level of feeling a wrath.
I'm coming back in
keep
August.
England.
I'm
Yeah.
staying for maybe a week here in Perth.
How many shows in Australia are you doing overall?
Oh, I don't know. I lost count. I just wake up every day and look at my schedule and I just go to the airport or the stage. Every day is either airport or theater.
How long's the tour go for? Because you said it started in Feb.
Yep.
So you've
Goes
been
on
at
to
it for 2
next
or 3
Feb.
months.
Next Feb.
A year of touring.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I get some breaks. I get like maybe 2 weeks off in between legs.
How's it
between
going?
continents. Love it. You know, America was like the best so far. I haven't started my Australia touring yet. Tonight's my first 2 shows here in Perth. So I haven't started my Australia leg yet. But America is like the best, man. I'm gonna film my special there. You know?
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Very
I want
good.
to. Because have you performed in the UK before?
In 2007.
Oh,
So I
okay.
did stand-up comedy between like the age of 17 to 22.
Uh-huh.
And I moved to the UK for a year. And I was based in Bradford, near Leeds.
Oh,
Yep. That's
Jesus
usually that's
Christ,
that's a common
shithole.
reaction. That's a common reaction.
Oh, Bradford.
That's correct, sir.
Oh, why from Perth to? I didn't know.
Oh, bloody hell. Look, my mate had a girlfriend there. He was like, I can get you a job at the Walkabout pub. You can get a visa approved within a week. You're off. You're off when you're 20 years old.
Perth
by
to
that
Bradford. Do you ever want to live a good life, Ethan? Yeah.
stage. I like going to where it's gritty. Okay, you learn more. You grow more. It's character building. So I enjoyed it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
As messy as it was and working at a pub and that's open. I don't think there's many walkabouts left in England. Was there like
Walkabouts.
there's probably
What
one.
does that even mean?
Well, it's the Australian themed pub when you go walkabout. It's an indigenous term. So, yeah, they started a
Walkabout.
whole chain of walkabout pubs in the UK.
Oh, it's a brand.
Yeah, it's brand.
Oh, okay,
You get like
okay.
a bloody kangaroo burger and things like that. So,
So you went to Bradford
Yeah.
to work at an Australian pub.
correct.
Wow.
So I was there for almost a year.
What made you think it was a good idea?
Let's get on to talking about the stand-up. So I then did comedy in England, mostly the north of England, because you get longer stage time.
Yeah.
You know, London always seemed very cutthroat. I still did Manchester with the gong nights and everything. Where, you got to try and
it was already going, the gong nights up there. Okay.
You got to try and make it, last 5 minutes or something. And people were throwing fruit at other people. I didn't get fruit thrown at me, which was good. Because I was quite young. That might have broken me. But the towns, I remember Scarborough, Beverley, Hull, all those areas where you'd get to do like 15-minute sets. So I did the north of England a lot.
And then you came back here, you continued stand up here, I guess?
A little bit, but then I kind of burnt out from it a bit. I don't know. You feel like you explore a medium or an art form, or I do. I explore it intensely and then I kind of scrap it. We'll see how long YouTube lasts, but filmmaking I was into for a long time.
Too late now. You already have a whole studio. You bought a t-shirt printing machine.
I'm all in. Yeah,
you're all in now.
Yeah. As I said, I'm going all in with Ozzy Man. So
you're feeding like so many staff.
Yeah,
they rely on you. By the way, good job that you're working. I hear the stereotype, Australian stereotype is nobody likes to work here. Right? Is that correct in Perth?
Probably, I don't know. Hit and miss. Some of us
Isn't there like a staff shortage right now in restaurants? Because everywhere I go, I'm getting shit service everywhere.
Oh, yeah. We're not known for that in Perth. You get what you're given.
Oh, even the hotel I was staying at in Melbourne, right? I thought it was like you brag about your cafe culture, your food here is good, which it is. So I thought, okay, the service here must be good because of a hospitality culture, right? But nah, man, it's so... The hotel I stayed at, Pullman on the Park in Melbourne. Oh my God. So shit. And when I'm on tour, I try to book like a 5-star hotel everywhere I go because it just saves the headache. I know there'll be a reception there, everything to, just minimize the stress of traveling because touring is stressful enough. So you expect a certain level of service, right? So one time I got back to my hotel at like 11. It wasn't even that late, 11 at night. So I said, okay, can I get something from the bar? They're like, no, bar's closed. You need to do room service. I went up to my room, scanned the QR code. No menu, first of all. I hate the fucking QR codes. I scan it, room service, 40 minutes, 40-minute wait. And so I went downstairs. I was like, okay, your room service only has beer and wine. Can I get a beer, please? Just from you. Can you just get me a beer from I can see it. It's right at the bar. I can see it. Just
I'm thirsty. I finished the show.
And she was like, no, the guy was like, no, we can't really do that, only room service. I asked to talk to the manager. Manager said the same thing. I'm like, can you go get it? He said, no, only room service only. Okay, where does room service get that beer? He said, room service get from the kitchen. Okay, where is the kitchen? Is it in the building? He said, yes. And I'm like, okay, can I go get it then? And then I'll pay you? He said, no. Why? Because you don't work here. Okay, well, can you go get it then?
I'm so sorry. You've been treated worse than Djokovic. Is
that where Djokovic stayed?
Apologizing on
Pullman on the Park.
It started with P. It was I think it was the Park. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Close. No, it wouldn't have been that one. Did you get it? Did you
no.
We let you down.
And I was like, I walked back. I was like, am I being a Karen here? Am I the dick? And then I told my friends about this. They're like, no, because
in Melbourne too, and that is trendy. Perth, totally normal.
We'll Perth, I'll be spat on. I think.
Yeah, we'll be like,
shit on me.
Trying to make us do work. Yeah. I get what you mean now. Yeah, and trying to make us do something, go to some level of effort for you. No.
If I'm asking that at a youth hostel. Yeah, tell me to fuck off, all right? Because youth hostel, you're not supposed to get any service. You're supposed to just even like clean your own sheets and everything at a youth hostel and sleep underneath someone else farting on you on the top bunk.
Just hope you survive.
I know, but it's a 5-star hotel. It's not even 3-star. If it's a 3-star hotel, you're full of 3-star people. Sure, don't entertain them. But it's a 5-star hotel. Just fucking,
Go the extra mile. Go the extra mile. Go the distance.
I know. I'm fully vaccinated. Like you said, I'm not Djokovic.
Yes. We should be nice to you, yeah.
Yeah. But that was Melbourne. Disappointed.
I'll sort it out.
Tell them for me.
Put a word on their Facebook page or something. What'd you do to Uncle Roger? Why wouldn't you let him have a beer? He wanted a beer. You didn't give him a beer.
I would love to complain more, but I realized the only thing stopping me from being a Karen is that I don't have the time to be a Karen. I don't have the time to go leave a review.
This is where the character and the persona comes back into it, though. You can't. I've done Google reviews as Ozzy Man. It's
really
fun, yeah. My mum's tried to get me to do them. She's like, Ethan, the plumber was very dodgy. Can you leave a review on his Google review? I'm like, I'm not bringing down his small business. I can't do that. I can't go that far, Mum.
Okay, but Pullman on the Park, you can't do
Maybe
that.
I can. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
drop a comment on there later as Ozzy Man.
All right, back to your stand-up in Bradford.
So it was 2007.
I found UK audiences to be so much like colder and stiffer and harder than the rest of the world.
I feel that's accurate to my experience 15 years ago, especially Manchester Gong Nights. It was about survival. But when you start stand-up, I think it is all about survival, or it probably still is. I don't know. I've done lots of live performing still. Like I host Bogan Bingo fundraiser nights on like across WA on mine sites and things like that. And they get pretty rough. But you got a character and a persona again there, not too dissimilar to Ozzy Man.
Bogan Bingo.
Bogan
So
Bingo.
you're like the host. You host as Ozzy Man essentially.
Yes, essentially. But yeah, well, it was actually more rougher. It was more vulgar. Ozzy Man's still, I think, pretty tame most of the time. Especially as I said, as you grow more of a conscience about your potential influence and impact, you tend to
Listen,
be a bit more
conscience is the thing that kills fun, though.
Yeah.
You know, don't let the wokeness get to you,
right.
Ethan. You
All
know,
right.
gotta shut out some trans people.
All right, I'm worried about you now. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say in Perth tonight?
No, I don't go that hard. But isn't that a trendy thing to do now? Every comic gets
trendy.
successful, then they just start shitting on trans people.
Well, that's kind of why I think it becomes unoriginal in a way as well. Like people trying too hard to be edgy. Because Ozzy Man, I mean, it is a crass, kind of vulgar, kind of boganish character. Mm-hmm. So you can lean into that and go very edgy. But I've always found it's more original to flip that a bit more, and it's like, oh, he's got some smart or open-minded shit to say, or that
and
you wouldn't normally hear from a character like this, or normally in Australian TV shows and things, bogan characters are very much the character that you laugh at, and they're the fall guy, and they're feral, and they're disgusting, and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Whereas you make this kind of gruff persona, but there's actually some intelligence to it. I think that's far more. It's enjoyable from a writing perspective, and then I think has more impact with the audience as being somewhat original in the execution of that.
Yeah, it's a subversion also, right?
Yeah.
Because they expect the bogan character to be like, backwards, but then you actually have intelligent thought.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. And that started with the Game of Thrones reviews, the recaps and reviews, where it's like a bogan geek kind of character. So you wouldn't necessarily expect that either. It's like this kind of rough character is very much into fantasy fiction and he's got, in-depth kind of smart analytical shit to say about it, which kind of came from my filmmaking background as well.
Yeah, I forgot you started doing like the Game of Thrones reviews, right? That's how
the heritage.
Ozzy Man started.
Yeah, that's the Ozzy Man heritage.
Shit.
I'd say for the first year, 2014 to 15, was all just... It was basically a big Game of Thrones fan community.
That sounds like an easy way to get copyright striked.
HBO was good. Well, I speak about this a lot, where it's like they could have ended me immediately and I would have given up. Because I was doing a degree in internet communications as well at Curtin Uni, and we learnt a lot about remixes and mashups and copyright law and fair use and fair dealing and things like that. So I wanted to push it. I wanted to take stuff and remix it and push that limit and potentially piss them off and see what would happen. Because culturally it was fun, and relevant too. Like Game of Thrones was huge for fan communities, and the content that people created around the show, I think it really helped with their staggered release of an episode a week. And it was just fun, and it's kind of nostalgic in a way and fun thinking back on it now.
Yeah.
But those were simple times in a way where it's just, my channel's a Game of Thrones fan community. And you know exactly what the audience is. Whereas as you broaden out, you've got this segment that's still kind of into pop culture stuff, and then you got this segment that likes those types of videos, and this segment that likes those ones. But
that's impressive in a way, though, right? But now you just review anything. You review badgers fighting.
Yeah.
You review Jeanette Garcia.
That was a biggie. Yeah.
Oh, that was listeners. If you haven't seen this, go check it out. It's this really hot Mexican weather lady. That is one of my favorites, man.
It speaks for itself. It was inherently...
I mean, the thumbnail is great to start with.
That was so... I branched out to other content because I had the dilemma of, Game of Thrones is only 10 weeks a year.
Yeah.
And then you've got 10,000, 20,000 subscribers. So it's like, how do I hook them? How do I entertain them? And you would have been through this as well, where it's like, oh, this is blowing up. Now I got to retain it, and I got to maintain it, and if not, grow it as well. Like,
Yeah.
so you think of how you can keep captivating that audience.
Well, luckily, the food world's a lot broader than Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know, and my food videos tend to do better than my non-food stuff. I review like Love Island.
Yeah.
Review like 90 Day Fiancé. Those do okay, but like the food videos is still my bread and butter.
Yeah.
But fortunately, like I said, right, food, I can like go visit a factory. I can make something. I can work at a restaurant. It's broader than just Game of Thrones, fortunately.
Yeah, the food van video and things like that. It was so good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That went so viral, man.
It was so funny. It was such good improvisation just with the people at the top.
Thank you.
Is it HAIYAA certified? Yes. You know what? Fuck it. Yes, it is.
You know that clip that went super viral, the Is Crispy Pork Halal clip, right?
Okay.
Because it's sometimes it can be a sensitive topic in Muslim countries, and it so happened that when we were filming that, I was still going through the phase. I was bringing my own cameras to these shoots. I didn't have a crew back then. It was still like a very mom and pop operation. So I brought my own cameras there. And it so happened that I had 3 cameras set up, 1 wide shot, 2 close up, just like this podcast, right? But it so happened the close up camera on the guy was not recording. Something went wrong with it. And I think that kind of, saved his life a bit.
Yeah.
Because nobody can see his face. So it's just this guy who talked, and it so happened that the camera broke. So we can't see his face, and that is good. That's
good in the end, yeah.
I know.
Given your influence very fast.
I know. I shudder to think what would happen if he got recognized.
Yeah.
And then he became like public enemy number 1 of like Saudi Arabia or some shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Yannette one, it was just like, well, yeah, or animals fighting or things like that, wildlife videos. It was just a thing of, my concept can be broad, and realizing that Ozzy Man Reviews, what does that mean? It can mean anything. It can mean anything I'm interested in on any given week.
Yeah.
Which is fun, because then it keeps the concept evergreen, where it's like, it can just be anything. And that video was just, it did speak for itself, because it's weather news that's sexy and that's jarring.
Yeah.
So it's inherently like, it's just like, what the fuck? And it's like, weather shouldn't be sexy. So you just layer the commentary on top. That was one that I barely wrote anything. It was just kind of roll and speak and react.
Wow.
Whereas usually I write a lot.
Yeah.
I think you're similar like that too. You like to write.
You have to. That's the substance, right? Because for me, there's also a cooking technique I have to critique on.
Yeah.
Right? So that's an extra element. When you review these videos, like for me, when I see a video, something jumps out at me and then tells me that, I need to review this. And that's why I only review videos where that happens. I can't just be like, okay, I review this random thing. Does that happen to you too? When you see something that something needs to click in your head, right? It's like, oh shit, there's something here. I need to review this, right?
You get an instinct for it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I think that'll smash. I think that'll be good. And that's how you end up with the retention, I guess, and you keep people captivated. Is just following that kind of instinct of going, I think that works. I'm not fanatic with my character or my persona, and then I think in turn that makes the fan base not fanatic. It's like, Ozzy Man is here when you need him. That's it. Come and go as you please, binge watch, whatever. Just keep it such a simple relationship. So yeah, you get that instinct where you're like, I think that's funny.
Yeah.
But you never know for certain. There's stuff I've recorded and I'm like, that's not funny. And you put it out and people are quoting all the lines back and you're like, oh, all right.
Oh, that's every video. That's every video when I post, I'm like, oh, this is bad. And then, oh, okay, there's actually some funny lines in here.
I think that's similar to live performance too, where you surprise yourself. When you say something and you're like, that laugh is huge.
Yeah.
And it's because you weren't trying. You were just relaxed. And I think that's definitely when comedy is at its best, when you're not trying too hard. So sometimes it's good when it just falls into place and it hasn't taken you long to make. You think it's shit, but you've got the mechanics of content creating where you're like, I need to publish something this week. So I'm not going to kill it. Let's put it out. And then it go well. And then the one that you work on for fucking ever, and you're like, this is gold. This is so funny.
Yeah.
This is the funniest one I've ever made. I'm going to reach a whole new fan base. I'm going to get everyone's going bloody front page of Reddit. Here I come after 5 years. I haven't been there for a long time. This is it. And then it's just fucking 20 people just are like, oh yeah, not bad, Ozzy man.
Yeah. Thanks for the effort. A+ for effort.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the good thing is too, like when you said you're not fanatic, everybody knows who you are though. You're like in a cultural staple now, And then people come and go, but you're forever in their consciousness.
Yeah, I think
nice.
that is
it's a
fun.
nice relationship.
I think that is good. Yeah, like.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get there myself, you know?
Yeah.
Where people come and go, they watch the videos will be there, but they know, oh, Uncle Roger, that guy.
Well, I'm 8 years at it now, 2014. Okay. You're just under 2 years still, yeah?
So I got 6 more years.
Beginning a pandemic. Took off for you.
Yep, and now I've scaled back the content release schedule because of my busy tour and stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to keep the quality like decent, you know? I need time to write.
I think
that's why I do the podcast too, because it's a less stressful way of making content, and also I need some sort of way to still have myself as an internet presence. And let me say some controversial shit. I've made Ukraine jokes on here that I got into trouble for. Oh, the race mixing thing. I feel I have to like
we've opened a lot of threads too.
Elaborate because you looked at me like, what, you know? I just joked about how I'm against race mixing of couples because if a child is a mix of two races, they'll never belong anywhere.
Oh, wow.
You know, if your child's fully Asian, there's always a suburb in Australia of Perth somewhere you can go. There's only Asian people and they can feel like they belong, you know? If you're white, there's like Melbourne, there's Toorak, you can go there, I guess. But if you're mixed, it's really hard. It's such a minority, such a small population of people who are mixed.
Yeah.
You know?
Counter-argument, you get the best from both races.
Yeah,
so
in my experience.
Superhumans are generally mixed Aquaman. You know, I think they're generally pretty mixed. So my counter argument is you get the best of both genetics and you're going to be a superhuman. And that's me predominantly sticking up for my son.
Oops. What ethnicity is your wife? Persian, okay. Yeah, good luck with that. Most of the biracial people I know are all fucked in the head, Ethan. Seriously, they're like, oh, I don't belong anywhere. When I go to Asia, I'm too white. When I go to England, I'm too Asian.
I'm going to see. When my son's 3.5 now, I'm going to play this back in time. And we're going to see. We're either going to laugh together and go, Nigel was fucking way off.
Yeah.
Or I'm either going to go, look, my mate Nigel was on the money a while ago. I think you should watch this and just settle down a bit with drugs and hookers.
I think there's a good thing. There's benefits to racial purity, don't you think? You can't say that if you're white.
I wish we got a kitchen noise right in that.
We can always Foley it in.
Yeah.
In post.
You gotta put some little like a door, like the toilet hand blower going off or something. Yeah. In that one.
Your camera people are laughing. You know.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
I think they secretly think those thoughts. You know. Yeah, I've always said that.
Yeah.
But you can't say it.
He's saying what I think. He's just saying what we all think.
Can we get ticket to his show now?
The fan base is going to change radically if you keep going down this path. Because white supremacy in particular has been pretty big.
Well, I need to start this Asian supremacy trend. You know, we need a little bit of that.
All right, you'll strike paranoia in the hearts of many Australians that are already scared of China.
Oh yeah, you guys are fearful, and for good reason. Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Listeners, you might know that I've recently used BetterHelp. They arranged me with this therapist. Remember the woman who said like, oh, well, do you think people will forget who you are if you forget who you are? That's through BetterHelp. While that particular therapist didn't really work for me, BetterHelp has so many therapists available for you. You can just pick one that works for you, whose style fits your vibe. I just need to find one who doesn't try to be Oprah, you know, and doesn't try to just drop their words of wisdom like a fridge magnet. I wanted someone who gets it. I remember on BetterHelp there's a little checkbox where you can pick if you want a male therapist or a female therapist. So maybe I'll pick a male therapist next time, you know, and just talk about Bitcoin and the stock market. I think that's more my vibe. I think I need a therapist who gives me like tough love, you know, telling me like stop being a pussy and just work more. That's what I need. So BetterHelp, I'm sure they have someone like that, but they'll do it in a more like professional way, you know, in a good way, because they're all licensed professionals on their website. And what I like about BetterHelp is everything's done remotely. They have therapists in all different time zones. I remember when I first got that one therapist, she was based in the UK. So that time zone worked for me, but now I'm in Australia. Maybe I'll find a nice Australian therapist, you know? It just depends where you go. Everything's done online. You do a video call with them. It's super easy. It just takes up 45 minutes a week. And I think it's super important. You know, mental health, it's important. I know we make fun of it on the podcast a lot. I know we say it's white people culture to talk about mental health, but you know, sometimes there are good things about white people's culture. We gotta learn a little bit from them, okay? BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. Oh yeah, you can DM your therapist too. So it's not just the live sessions. If you want to DM them off hours, you can. So why not slide into BetterHelp's DM today? It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. That is true. They did match me really quickly. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/HAIYAA. That's betterhelp.com/HAIYAA. Back to the show. I mean, I got into trouble for China shit, you know,
Yes,
last year.
I looked at that a little bit the other day.
Yeah, crazy stuff,
You started Weibo, and then you were apologising on Weibo within about 10 days.
Well, my...
was my at a glance with my research of just fully catching up to what Nigel's been up to. I was like, all right, he's on Weibo. Oh, he's pissed off Weibo.
Yep. I'm still on Weibo now. Which
How's
is
it going?
Fine. It's fine.
Is it
People
stabilized?
move on and forget and stuff. And I look back at it now, and I think it's kind of funny, and it's a learning experience. As in, I just realized, like, never apologize for anything you do, man.
Yeah.
Because the more you apologize,
Unless it's really bad.
Yeah, unless you
Like if you accidentally murder someone, you might want to give the family a card.
Yeah,
at least
get a bottle of
condolences,
wine,
a bottle of something,
a gift card to Kmart.
We'll hold this thread for a second as well.
Yes.
We've got lots of conversation threads. We've got some Thai green curry here.
Oh, you got make me lunch.
Yep, I'm springing it on you.
Oh no.
This is May from merchandise. So
May.
I'm going to act like I made it, but I didn't do any work.
All right, let's look at the Thai green curry. I think it looks all right. The ingredients look good. There's Thai eggplant in there. There's a bit of oil on the top. That's all right. But I guess we gotta try it. Who made this?
Me?
You?
No, I didn't. It was May. It was May from merchandise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ingredients look correct. And then what is this one? Thai tea. Oh, I love Thai tea. That's great. That's May right there.
She's hiding. Yeah. I think she's got to topple Jamie Oliver. I've been talking her up all week.
Topple as in like do better than.
Yes.
I mean, anyone can do better than Jamie Oliver. Come on.
There you go. You're already in the lead, mate. You're already smashing it.
Thank you, May. So listeners, Ozzy Man just ordered his staff to cook for me right in the middle of our China drama. We'll get back to it. Yeah. But, on reflection nowadays, it's just, unless you do something really bad, like, you know, if you Cosby someone, then apologize.
You apologize is the key.
But if you do something that bad, then it won't be the court of public opinion, right? It'll be the court.
Of course.
Yeah. So let them handle it. But right now, if you apologize for anything, people see that, they got a reaction out of you, and they'll dig down further. And you'll never be able to please everyone.
You won't. I think it's truly case by case though, because even someone like Joe Rogan apologized. You know, Neil Young took a swing at him. And COVID misinformation. I didn't mind that he apologized.
He apologized for saying the N-word, didn't he?
Well, that one too. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the COVID one, but he apologized for something. And I remember thinking that's okay.
No, you can address it.
But everyone in his comments were like, "Fucking don't apologize." But I was like, "It's all right. Just let him apologize because you have your own growth as a comic as well." So if you think you fucked up, then you can own it.
I don't even know who fucked up. I think it's just thinking back, I think I made wrong decisions, but only because I was so new to this and I stepped on a landmine. There was no way to win. I either piss off the Chinese side or I piss off the Western side. There was no way to win in that one. So yeah, case by case is right.
That is tricky. Yeah, case by case is right.
Yeah.
And researching who you're working with. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think of that sometimes because people are waiting, I think, for one of these celebrity interviews to go wrong that I do. I'm waiting for one to go wrong, you know? Like they've all been fun. They've all been fun.
You just have to ask them, okay, Johnny Depp, is Taiwan a country? Whatever, yes or no, he'll piss off a big group of people. So, and he'll
John Cena apologized there not long ago.
Yeah, and I think like people shit on him for that. I always feel like you don't... As someone in his position, like what is he expected to do?
Yeah.
Right? If he says, if he doesn't apologize, all his crew loses work. There's no more Fast and Furious films, you know? But if he apologizes, he gets shut on by the West.
Yeah.
So like, what are you going to do in that situation? He just said something that he didn't even know was sensitive to say, oh, my first country is Taiwan, like to be here. Like,
it's so innocent.
Yeah, it's so innocent.
It's so innocent. And that's it. You want people to be forgiving of that stuff.
When I filmed this bubble tea video in Sweden, it's a Taiwanese bubble tea brand, right? The people working at the shop they knew about this like cultural sensitivities, and they said, okay, I have told my staff to take down all the Taiwanese flags for when you shoot. Like that level of you can't even show the flag.
Right.
Yeah. We don't know this shit. We just want to go in there and like, I just want to go in there and shit on some people and roast some people.
Yeah.
It's the world is a fucked up place, man.
Yours sounds innocent enough as well, Nigel, like John Cena's. It's like, just go easy on the guy. I didn't see any of the backlash or anything at the time. Like,
What, for me?
no, I really only just caught up on it recently.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't see it at the time.
News doesn't reach Australia, man.
Yeah,
News
that's it.
doesn't reach Perth.
Yeah, unless you visit here, and then we're like, hey, Uncle Roger's here. And no one cares what you've been up to. So.
Yeah. All right, let's try this.
try it.
The color is good. You use enough green chilies, you know.
Oh, I'm a fan. That's the best one I've ever had.
The rice is good.
Did you use a rice cooker, May? There you go.
Of course.
There you go. How serious are you in these views? Like, will you seriously dislike rice that's not cooked in a rice cooker? Like, how fanatical are you?
Not every culture uses a rice cooker, and then that is a big tragedy because I feel like it's such a great invention. You should use it.
You just feel bad for others. They're missing out.
I know. I see white people using it as a saucepan. I'm like, get with the times, man. Get with the times.
You're missing out on the good life.
It doesn't matter if you make rice well without a rice cooker. I enjoy it. You know, I just want it to be good.
Yeah.
If the rice isn't good, it just...
I think you've explained it before
me
as
off,
Uncle Roger, what good rice is. Fluffy, but not sticky. But yeah, am I kind of on the right path there? Because whenever I try to do it, it goes gluggy.
How do you make it?
I fuck it up.
You don't have a rice
in a
cooker?
saucepan. in a pot on the stove.
Oh, no.
Salt and oil. And just try to, yeah. Well, that's why I outsource now.
Good job, man. Good job.
I'm giving that 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm biased.
Is it high praise coming from Ozzy Man?
I'm leaning into the bias. Ozzy Man, Ethan's very easy to win over, actually. I'm like, oh, that was great.
What food do you like? Are you a big food guy? Oh, this is good too. The tea is good too.
That's really good, yeah. I'm lazy with food, and I have to change that because I am 36 now, so I need to eat better.
Do you cook for your kid?
I need to work out, like I said on your Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
I need some Daddy Roger fitness training.
We'll do some workout fails next time, man. I'm here again in August. If you send me the video beforehand, we'll write some stuff together, and then we can shoot it when we're here.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Workout fails.
Yeah. We just go to the gym there. You give me a routine. We see how much. I could prep in advance a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, do some pull-ups.
But you know. No, I'm lazy with food, and I think after the kid was born as well, you just get even lazier. You know, you do the food subscription.
A food subscription?
Yeah, like your HelloFresh and things like that. And you just do whatever you can.
Well, HelloFresh sponsor me, so they're pretty good.
Hey, there you go. HelloFresh. You got Ozzy Man and Uncle Roger now. Double sponsorship. But I'm lazy with food, but I'm very simple with it as well. Like,
well, your wife is Middle Eastern, right? Iranian? Well, Persian, Iranian, yeah.
They're pretty savory. It's not chili like you know, Southeast Asia and Thailand and things like that. It's not really all India or super chili food.
Chili.
They're very savory still, very savory, very simple.
Not spicy.
Not spicy, but tasty as well.
Yeah, you got to make some of that for your kid.
Yeah.
What do you cook for him? Cereal?
Basically, I'm good at breakfast. Yeah. What do you want? You want Milo cereal or bloody peanut butter toast? That's
Vegemite?
You want Vegemite? Yep. I'm trying to indoctrinate
I tried it for the first time this morning. Vegemite on toast.
Your first time was this morning?
Yeah. It's a bit...
Too full on?
It's very pungent, right?
It's strong.
It's like Australian fish sauce. It's just comes at you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the morning. I just want something gentle.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want something that...
The key is in how much you spread. So...
Only put a little bit.
Only
a little thin slice.
All right. And it was still too pungent.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like this salty, very salty kick.
My second argument is that it grows on you. So try it the second or the third time. So keep going with a light spread.
Are you saying Vegemite is like going down on a woman? And
yes, it grows on you.
First you're like, whoo!
Yes, it's confronting the first time. The second time, still confronting. Third time, relax.
I wonder if when women talk about Vegemite, they describe it like giving a blowjob. You know, do you think it's similar? I don't know. We have one lady here. What do you think? Are there parallels between? I don't know what your sexual orientation is, but would you say it's going down on someone? No. Okay.
It's salty.
Which? Vegemite or?
That could go both ways. That really could. Oh dear.
Okay.
Emma's from Ireland, so you would have.
Ireland.
You remember your first time with Vegemite?
Yeah, it was only a couple of years ago. It was awful.
Has it grown on you?
No.
Damn it.
No, she hates it too.
Shit.
And she's from Ireland.
Yeah.
The food there is grim as well, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've been there. A chicken fillet roll, the spice bag is not good. So in Dublin, they have this thing called a 3-in-1, which is a drunk Chinese food. Just chips, curry, and rice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they call it 3-in-1.
Oh wow.
Only one of those three things are Chinese.
But that gets you going. That gets you going.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's carbs on carbs on carbs. It's carbs and carbs on gravy. It's a lot. And then they also have this thing called a spice bag, which is like, I don't know, pepper, salt, chips, some chili flakes. Then they put it in a bag and shake it. That's real, right?
Yeah, it's a staple in every chip shop.
Yeah, the fact that it's a staple.
All I
It's
remember from like
sad,
places
man.
like Scotland when I was there, circa 07 again, was the deep fried stuff.
Oh,
that was,
the Mars
I feel
bar.
like that reputation is global. Yeah, the deep fried Mars bar. That was like, I would travel up.
You see the
to
pain I'm going
experience that.
through now as a food lover living in the UK. And I well, Uncle Roger, maybe it comes from pain of like not being able to find good food, the frustration, you know? So that's how Uncle Roger came about. And I realized I think my comedy needs to come from that kind of discomfort. You know, if I move back to Malaysia, I probably won't write a single joke ever again because it's too comfortable. Food is too good.
Right.
Life is good. You know.
You'll have to be really nitpicking. You will have to go full Karen.
Yeah, yeah. But if I live in the UK, oh yeah, but it's really easy to stay fit there because you just can't eat that much. It's just so shit. You're like, all right, I'm done.
Are you like you eat light meals now, or like what's a
Here?
Nigel Uncle Roger diet like? Mine's shit. I'm open about that. It's been shit for a while.
I think so. I eat whatever I want, and if I realize I haven't eaten vegetables in a while, I'll order a smoothie. That's how I stay healthy. Just balance out with a smoothie. Oh, when I was having the Vegemite this morning, I had it with my tour manager, right, who's staying in the same hotel. So she got me a plate of Vegemite and the toast. And she was like, oh, it's actually really good hangover food because it has like good vitamin B in Vegemite. I'm like, listen, if I want vitamin B, I just take a tablet. I don't need to subject myself to this torture.
All right, I'm not going to push
Scoop
it on
it
you.
up.
I'm not going to push it on you, but it might grow on you after a second or third time. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying with Vegemite.
I'm gonna try that tonight. Like, you ever had Vegemite? It's like going down a woman now. I'll try that on stage.
Try it. See how it goes. Perth, the crowd will be lovely. You're gonna smash. It'll be fun.
Hope so, man.
So yeah, give that one a go. There's definitely something there. There's something there with that material.
Don't do that motion. Ethan.
Bloody, you got something. You got something with that material there. Give it a go. Anyway, I finished Bogan Bingo in about 2009, and getting back to live performing.
Yeah.
And then eventually it just all became YouTube.
But you used to do stand-up, right? I think last time we talked, you wanted to go on tour or something on Live Nation.
I was thinking about it. I've done 2 live shows as Ozzy Man in Perth. And it was fun. Like, I do like it. It's just the effort is massive. And that's the thing. As you tell me, you've been touring since February and you're going till next Feb and you're jet lagged and you're just fucking moving all the time. I'm like, I can't do that. Can't do that.
You have
right
a family now. That's
right, at age 36.
Families
with a
always hold you back, man.
I know. And what do
Yeah.
you do? Do you bring them? Do you take them on the road?
I mean, for me, I divorced them, and now I'm free.
Divorced?
Yeah.
How long were you married for?
4 years.
4
Yeah.
years.
But we're still good friends. We just didn't click anymore, and I was too busy focusing on my career and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But if she didn't leave, Uncle Roger wouldn't have happened. So I'm grateful that she left. This is what I needed, so I could focus.
It is a thing. Like, it is when you've got a serious passion or vocation for something, especially the arts.
It consumes you.
It does consume
Yeah.
you. Like, the work-life balance is a tricky thing to figure out.
Are you gonna bring them if you go on tour?
I think so. I think you just harden up and go
Well,
for it. But I like the idea of being selective. So I don't want to be on the road for ages, and I don't want to do like 30 shows or, just be super selective. Just like London, Manchester, and that's it. You want to come from Beverly or Hull? You got to travel.
The US?
US, yeah. Well, that gets daunting because that's
Yeah.
bigger. So it's like, you got to do a few more shows there.
Yeah.
How many shows are you doing in the US?
I lost track,
see
man.
you've lost
Did
track.
New York, Philly, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, San Fran, LA, Seattle. Then I'm going back second leg, probably Boston, Atlanta,
Yeah.
somewhere in Florida. You know, a lot. But it's the dream, though. I've always wanted to do this.
Do you like
Maybe for
live
you,
performing more than the content creation?
Ooh, I think I like both for
Yeah.
different reasons. That's why I'm still doing both.
Yeah.
Right? But ever since I started doing content, it was to sell tickets to my stand-up shows and doing a world tour.
Right.
That was the goal all along, you know? So maybe for you, you started out wanting to just make videos, right? Wanting to make films and stuff.
Yeah, I liked getting away from live performing because I had done a lot of it with stand-up, and when you do it, you hit it hard, you know, and you do the late nights and you do the 5-minute slots. And
Yeah.
you build up your material, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Also, ask me in a year, I might be like, fuck touring.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Just want to stay at home and enjoy my house.
Yeah.
And have a family. I have no loved ones. I've pushed them all away. Yeah, so can we FaceTime, Nigel? You know, I'm like, no, I'm on tour, bitch. No, I don't have time for you.
Well, you're what now? You're 31?
31, yeah.
When did you get married?
Too young, 25.
25.
Yeah.
To like 29. 20,
Yeah.
Right.
Then it's like maybe now I'm going through that midlife crisis, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
think about
okay. I'll figure it out.
You figure it out.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, I think you fluctuate with your goals a lot. Whenever anyone asks, what do you want to do? Or, you know, where's this Uncle Roger going? What's the end goal with it? You don't know how to answer that. Or where's Ozzy Man going? Where do you want to get to? I don't think you ever really know. You're just kind of following your instincts week by week, month by month. So if I get the itch and I think it needs to be scratched with live performing, then I'll get back into it and hit it hard for a while. And I believe I can juggle it with the family too, because they're very supportive.
Well, your kid's
So-
what, 3.5?
Yes.
He's not going to school yet, right? Just bring him along.
No, well, that's it. He's not missing out on any critical education.
Yeah.
We do. But at the same time, when they're younger, there's more tantrums traveling. So
Oh,
that's harder.
you got to bring the wife along then.
That's
She'll take care of him.
harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think about it. If I really want to get back to it, then you work it out. But I did hit it hard for many years. So I liked then just being a hermit. Mm-hmm. And I think there's similarities. It's obviously very different. You don't get that initial instant feedback that you get with a live audience. You kind of do through comments and shares and likes, and people quote the funny lines back to you. Mm-hmm. But still, live performance, there's like
It's
instant satisfaction.
instant, and there's a rush. The laughs hit you.
Yeah.
You know? How'd you meet your wife?
University.
Oh,
Masters of Internet Communications.
is it in Australia or is it in
Australia,
okay.
yeah. Curtin
You
Uni.
came back from Bradford.
Yeah, I came back. So 2008, I came back from Bradford. We just occasionally get back to this timeline
Yeah.
of my career. Yeah, and then I did filmmaking. I hit that hard for a while. Still doing the live performing, bogan bingo, quiz nights. I did children's theatre.
Children's theater.
It's very difficult. It's very do not underestimate it.
Why?
Well, kids are a harsher audience. They're
That's true.
than
They have
adults.
no filter. Call people fat straight to their face.
Yep.
And we need a bit of that in society, you know?
Yeah, you'd love it. They're
Right.
fucking ruthless.
Now we just call them brave,
Yeah.
don't we?
Yeah, they were ruthless. They were, you know, you lose the attention of that crowd and you're not getting it back.
Oh, true.
Yeah, they're
true,
talking
true,
the
true.
whole time. They're farting. So it's,
I get kids at my shows sometimes, you know?
yeah,
And but the thing is, they know I tell some dirty jokes because I have some dirty jokes in my online videos too. But then the mom still brings them there. Then they sit in the front row. I'm like, well, let's go for it.
Yeah.
I talk about.
you talk about Vegemite tasting like vagina.
Oh, that's new. That's new. That's tonight.
That's
I'll do
coming
it
up.
tonight. Yeah. I talk about like how the mom's probably cheating with the neighbor or something. I talk about pounding because they know like pounding. Pass my water. And I just, as Uncle Roger, I go, but I talk about pounding so much in my sets, in my videos, no? And I explain what pounding is to the kid. Pounding is this thing your mom does with your dad and sometimes with the postman, you know?
Oh man,
So they like it. It's a hoot.
yeah, it's a hoot.
Sometimes
they can handle it.
Sometimes the teenagers, the children, they play along. They're like, oh, I know what pounding is.
Yeah.
And they're 12 and the mom's like just mortified sitting next to them. Just, no.
I've found that with my audience a couple of times. The few live events that I've done around Perth, it is there's like a family shows up, so it's like, and their kids are quite young.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're there, and you know, it's the cool parents, the cool dad. He's like, yeah, it was fine, you know. He's gonna hear explicit language.
Yeah. What's the difference between bogan bingo and regular bingo? By the way, explain bogan to our listeners first before we go there.
Right, okay.
A lot
I
of people
guess,
won't
I
know.
mean, the instant equivalent is if you think of rednecks in America
Yeah.
or, chavs, or in England, you might say it's a lower socioeconomic, uncouth, loudmouth kind of character that
working
can be
class.
very offensive. Yeah.
But they're more fun,
Right,
more
but that's where I
fun.
like flipping it, because people in lower socioeconomic circumstances can have smart shit to say.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes original. So it's but yeah, it would typically be a class of people that you would look down upon. What's that in Malaysia and China?
All of us. Well,
It's a country of bogans.
yeah. But have you ever hung out with people from the higher socioeconomic classes? They're so dull.
Yeah.
And boring. They have to go on like ski trips to have fun.
Yeah.
Whereas these lower socioeconomic classes, I include myself in that class, I'm like, well, it's very easy to please us. You just buy a nice watch and we're just happy for a month. You just love material things.
Yeah.
People shit on material things. But that's the easiest way to be happy, isn't it? Just go to David Jones, buy a nice watch.
To have material things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise people say, oh, you should come for experiences. Okay, now what? I have to book a plane ticket to Rome, and I have to research what to look at. I have to find who to bring with me. I have to spend time with my family. Ugh.
No.
It's hard. Material things is the quickest way to be happy.
Yeah.
We should stop shitting on them.
Yeah. Until
Right.
you realize you're devoid of happiness from the material things, because they can't hug you. They can't. I'm trying to go real deep here and say,
But dealing with people brings me so much unhappiness too, though.
are you buying lots of material things with
No.
your YouTube money?
No, I don't have time.
No.
And
So you don't even have time.
nothing
That's it. You're
interests
too
me.
busy. You're too
Nothing
deep in
interests
the
me.
work.
Like, as a guy, what do you buy? Like, most guys, big YouTubers I know, watches.
A watch.
And then it's the most boring conversation. Like, every time I see someone with a watch and then another guy with a watch, they start talking about watches. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm tapping out. Have you had that watch conversation?
Yeah, I've had a couple of those because I got the Apple Watch now. I'm not even wearing
It
it.
feels
So you
like-
buy the watch, and then what do you got there?
It's,
What do you-
it's an Oris. It's a Swiss brand, well made. It's not a Rolex on purpose. Otherwise, they start talking.
Yeah.
And then you've been stuck in these conversations, right? I feel bad for, like, when sometimes they bring their girlfriends along, and then I see the faces on the women. They roll their eyes. It's like they're talking about
Some other
sports.
watches again.
I know.
Yeah.
Guy topics, man. Just boring shit. Watches. And then when you start going to watches, in 6 months' time, you'll be into cigars. I
Yeah.
guarantee you. And that's
Yeah.
another even more boring conversation.
It's a gateway.
Yeah.
The watch to the cigars.
Why can't we just, guy conversations, man. Women conversations are way more fun. It's mostly gossiping
Well,
about
it's
shit.
feelings and things as
Yeah,
well. That's
it's
what I'm saying.
feelings.
It's
It's making
the
fun of, like-
watches, and it's a fleeting happiness.
It's always about
there's
how
no
bad
depth to it.
their recent dates are at sex. I love that topic,
Yeah.
because I can learn stuff for myself too.
Yeah. It's a research topic.
I recently had a might be too much. We will leave it in. I recently had a threesome, right? And there's two women, and I realized how bad I am at sex. I'm like, fuck.
That's too much pressure.
No, you see how, because threesome in porn is very geared to the male gaze. It's like there for the guy to enjoy. But then you see a real threesome with two women. I'm like, fuck. I realize with 101, I made her come twice. I'm very happy with myself. And I see the two women just making each other come 10 times. I'm like, wow. Okay, I got a lot to work
Just
on.
looking at your watch. I mean, bloody.
I'm done now. But,
Get out of here, or should I?
I made
stick
myself a
around?
cup of tea and came back. They're still going.
Oh my god! Oh my
It's
god!
so eye-opening.
Was this as Uncle Roger, or
I wish it would be funnier. You
It
know?
would be funnier. That could be OnlyFans content. right
Pornhub
there.
follows me on Instagram.
Do
you know?
they?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. They pay a shitload for that. They pay a shitload.
It's Uncle
And
Roger
Uncle
porn.
Roger, hardcore threesome porn.
Oh my god.
You got
But I won't be able to get any other work anymore.
No.
In industry, yeah.
But you'd go out with a bang.
hey, the live chop still there, people.
Hey.
No, what were we talking about? Why did we get there?
I don't know, but now we're here. And I don't think I can go anywhere else.
Oh,
now.
women
So-
conversations, yeah.
Right.
Oh, guys conversation, Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
My
I love
fuck.
Bitcoin. Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, it's how did the crash treat you?
Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah. It's verging on a winter. It's not a bear market. It's a winter.
Oh, see, this is kind of
This is how I'm into it.
I'm looking
It's
at the only
annoying.
female in the room. She's bored.
Yeah. No, it's. All right, I won't get into crypto.
Yeah.
Because then what happens is my inbox fills up with going, "Hey, are you interested in our project? Here's our white paper." And I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake! I mentioned it once. I mentioned it once in a video. Now I'm sent white papers." Look, I love Web3. I love some of the philosophy going on behind it, some of the tech.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Yeah, there's still a hesitancy to it all, anyway, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
You should be into it. You're a data scientist.
Yeah, but I'm into interesting conversation, so therefore not into Bitcoin.
You're into threesomes. Yeah,
Sometimes if that happens, I'm not gonna turn it down. It's an experience, you know.
or a Bitcoin or a threesome.
Threesome probably. Bitcoin. The Bitcoin bros. The number of people who are unemployed, but then they say they do NFTs now.
It's
Hopefully
died down
this thing
a lot
wipes
this year.
them out.
I think it just shows people are very careful with money this year. It's like, fuck that. I'm not spending anything on that.
Good.
It's different. Yeah, it's different to the last couple of years.
But material things bring you joy. Stop buying Bitcoin.
All right, yeah.
Buy
all right.
some, like, I don't know, diptyque candles.
Yeah.
Those bring me joy. I need to meet some bogans, man. You guys seem like fun people. Would you grow up in that socioeconomic strata? Or
Middle class.
Middle class.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's strong,
you
very
just-
strongly middle class.
So you just put on
south
that
of the
outfit
river.
and made fun of people less fortunate than you.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. No, as I said, I try to spin it. I try to make him.
No, I'm just playing, man. I love
Yeah.
your work. You know that. Ethan Marrell from Ozzy Man Reviews. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Buy his merch.
Thank
some
you.
merch, man.
Yeah.
You can give me a cap or something.
Yeah, I got a destination fucked hat around.
Yes.
Get Uncle Roger in a destination fucked hat. That's fun.
What other catchphrases do you have?
That's it. Here's me face is funnily
Here's me
enough a
face.
catchphrase. Yeah.
Destination fucked. I think there's one more. I forget now.
It's the stuff you don't expect again. You're like, really? That's what resonated? I mean, HAIYAA, did you expect that to resonate a lot? Do people
No.
really say that?
Yeah, in Malaysia, yeah. I
Yeah?
said it growing up all the time.
What about
I said it sometimes when I'm by
HAIYAA?
myself.
What about HAIYAA?
Yeah. Yeah, I said it all the time. Now if I'm by myself, I say HAIYAA too sometimes, just as myself. HAIYAA.
I do it to myself a lot, actually. We do it around the office a lot. We do it around home a lot. It is handy.
So many people say, sometimes I get, it's a Twitter thing, so many people tag me and say, oh, I just saw a white person doing HAIYAA, I don't know how to feel. I'm like, it's just a word, man. It's like you can say HAIYAA without being racist, you know, and you can be racist without saying HAIYAA too. They're independent things.
Yeah.
People are getting, Twitter is a weird place.
Yeah,
They got
I don't do Twitter much. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I mean, I
good.
hear it a lot. Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
gets angry at Twitter for people getting angry at them on Twitter.
Yeah, I do that too.
I've not had a bad Twitter experience yet, but
That's good.
yeah,
That's good.
give it time.
Yeah,
Give it time
I think Ozzy Man needs to review some like Asian shit, and that's when you get the hate.
See if I can kick it off.
Review some other races.
Sometimes I do. Well, yeah, I've done like the military guys at the border of like, was it Sri Lanka or India or? You see, I'm fucking it up right now.
See.
No,
Here
I've
we
done
go.
it.
We'll clip this up.
I know what you're talking about. No, I
Are you saying they're the same country, Ethan?
I'm
Are you
pissed
saying
off at
India and
fuck.
Sri Lanka are the same country?
Fuck, I fucked it. I've definitely pissed some people off who are like, you should not be doing that. Well, even some of the Ukraine commentaries recently, because it's hard, like, you got to choose the source material wisely.
So, what are you pro-Russia? Is Ozzy Man pro-Russia?
No, I'm not. I am not.
Hey, I'm not pro. I'm just pro winners in society, you
Right.
know. So when people say is Uncle Roger pro China, I said no, he's pro winners. So
Interpret that how you like.
yeah. Who would you side with? I mean, why would you side with Hong Kong? They're not gonna be a country in 10 years, you know. Why'd you side with Taiwan? Why'd you side with them? Why'd you side with them?
This is going to be such a fun podcast to watch in the future.
Every episode is like this, and
Yeah.
then people's. I feel like if I land something big, like something big mainstream thing in Hollywood, they can literally go to any episode and clip up one thing I said that's cancelable.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, people are going to be able to sift through this. He said that
so
time.
that's my defense. When someone clips this up, I'll be like, well, here's 10 more things. This is what I do on the pod. So if you want to fire me, fire me. But people know. People know I'm just saying this in jest.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. It is in jest. It is in jest.
Yeah. Yes. And the colonization thing too, it's I mean, that's what China is doing, isn't it?
What?
is people complain about like in the old days, Britain colonized the whole world and fucked up a lot of countries. And I always come to that defense, you know, because I'm like, you know, that's what everybody's doing at the time, right? We're judging them with a different morality. The Dutch are doing it. Genghis Khan was doing it, right? Everybody. It's just we didn't have the means to do it. So that was just the queen running her business. You know, that's just her like hashtag girl boss moment. Taking
it was
over
a
other
trending
countries.
topic at the time.
Yeah.
Just invasion and conquering.
How do you expect them to do? They have nothing else. There's no Netflix. You know, they're just sitting at home with all their wealth, and they wanna start some shit. You know?
Yeah, they want to conquer. They want to branch out.
Not that bad.
And
Not that bad.
there would have been some fun times.
Ergo, now China is doing this shit.
Yeah.
Not that bad. Let them do it. You know, they're not killing anyone.
Not yet.
They're just investing money and buying up stuff, and you know.
Just let him go. Let him go at it. It's modern. It's modern conquering.
Yeah. It's economic. It's economic colonization.
Oh wow.
I like it.
Economic colonization.
It's very trendy, isn't
Big
it?
buzzword.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I try not to be scared of that shit.
This
There's already
podcast-
enough people living in fear of that, especially down here as well.
But there's so many Asians here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should fear us. We
Yeah?
we breed a lot.
Yeah, right.
We grow fast, you know.
Is that one child policy still in China? or did that
it's
end
not
a while
been
ago?
there. It ended a long time
Just
ago.
there for a little while, just temporary.
Yeah.
Just to rein it in a bit.
Yeah. Stop it, guys. Stop it. Yeah. That's why I think, you know, how abortion's illegal now in America. Roe v. Wade just got banned. Do you guys get the news here? Do you guys?
Yeah,
know
I've heard a bit about that. No,
Yeah.
that did just hit the news here 2 weeks after. Probably there's a delay, but we got the news eventually about that one. I've followed it a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
what is
maybe
it?
it's a good thing, you know, because the population's on the decline
Yeah.
in America, and most Western countries' population's on the decline. So I don't think the government intended that to be the consequence, but maybe banning abortion is the way to do it.
My immediate concern is
So
you're gonna end up with more fucked up people. They didn't want the kid.
hey, fucked up people are still people. It's still population growth. You
That's
know,
a good argument.
You know,
yeah.
they
They're
need
still people, damn it.
Yeah, they're still people.
Their parents didn't want them, but they're still people.
Yeah, treat them as equals, please.
No, that's
All
fair.
opinions on this podcast are opinions Ethan
Of
holds.
Nigel's. They're of Nigel's opinions.
They're endorsed by Ethan Marrell
They're
of Ozzy Man Reviews.
Nigel came here. Yeah, that's why you filmed in my office. You're like,
Yeah.
see, it's his office. It was his podcast. It was the Ozzy Man HAIYAA podcast.
Yeah.
He says that all the fucking time.
The Ozzy Man Opinions podcast. You should start a podcast, man.
I did it
Right.
for a little while in 2018. I might bring it back.
Isn't it fun to take a position that's, you know, against the common narrative and try to defend it?
For a couple of minutes, yeah. Temporarily.
Jokes, guys. All jokes.
All jokes.
Yes.
All jokes.
Thank you for doing this.
Just jokes.
Yes. Green curry was good.
It was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
See?
No, we're better than Jamie
Why do you
Oliver.
fear Asians? We make nice green curry for you.
Exactly. No, I don't fear. That's what now you're saying.
Really?
I fear.
What?
I'm not in fear. No.
But before you started recording, that's what you were just talking about. Like, you know,
Say that, fam.
Australia's
just jokes,
over-
guys. They're just
Australia's being overrun by these.
yeah, just jokes. That's